everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade. I'm so excited to share this with you today. This is the Darlene Michaud block of the month, February block, and I decided to play with my stitches a little bit on this one. I did mostly cross stitch, you know, just the little X's. On this block I did, or on this, this little section of color, all I did was the X's in the corner, and then I did the dashes. You know, the straight running stitch in between. I really like the way that looks. And I did the cross stitch all the way around. And then right in here through the butterfly, I just wanted to take a few little tiny stitches so that way the X's weren't over the butterfly. I did the X's in the blue part, and then I just took some tiny stitches that you can't even really see on this side. You can see them on this side, but you really can't see them on this side. And then another X here. And just like last time, I am leaving the edge kind of open because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the joining and everything yet. So, but I just thought I would share with you guys how I do. Oh, I thought that was a long piece of thread. Hang on, I will be right back. Okay, I am back with my lovely box of thread here. So this is the thread that I used. So I'm going to go ahead and fish it out from amongst here. Okay. So this is just a, it's kind of like Pro Cotton, but it's not. It's just the craft thread, which is a little bit cheaper. Let me see. I have been investing in the Pro Cottons as I can, but this came, you know, I have a ridiculous number of supplies that I did not purchase for various reasons. And so I'm just trying to work through it. So, cutting me a bit of thread there. And let's see. So, for those of you that don't know, I have a ridiculous number of pets. So, excuse any cat hair or anything like that. They live here. And, I mean, there's 10 cats in the house, so it's kind of absurd. Oh, I tied a knot. I've been trying to avoid knots with this project, so I'm going to go ahead and snip that off. So what I was doing, I know it's probably hard to see, but I actually left off right here with just the slant stitch going this direction, but not the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with only the middle layer, and just near where I'm going to start, but, you know, and definitely under the 2 layers. I'm just going to grab a few stitches. They don't have to be super even. Pull it until the thread is almost pulled through. I know it's probably not the easiest thing in the world to see. Let me go ahead and zoom you down a bit. There we go. I think that's... yeah, I think you guys can see what I'm doing now a little bit. And then I'm going to come back around and take little nibbles the other way. Oops, I didn't mean to loop the thread that way. Not like that. Great demonstration, lads, right? So I hope you guys can kind of understand what I'm doing there. So, like so. And then wherever I need it to come up, I'm just going to come up through just the top fabric. And not worry about grabbing all of the layers for that one stitch. It's just not going to matter that much. There we go. Nope, not quite. Because I'm trying to get the needle in between those layers. Yep, right there. So, and now I can pull my thread up to the top of my working surface and let that lay flat. Make sure that you kind of tug on it. But I don't think that's coming out. Okay? And now I took the time, every time I did that, to go ahead and just lay it on a flat surface. Pat everything back down. I really don't iron near as much as most quilters say you should. But it's been working for me. So, okay, so I'm going to finish that stitch. And then in finishing that stitch, I'm going to go ahead and rock my needle up to wherever I want the bottom of the next stitch. See, so like I'm working here, you can see it better on this line. So I went down here, and I'm going to come up right here as an example. There we go. And then that is this point, and now I come up over here and come back down. Okay, well in this case, because I want to work this direction, I'm going to put my needle in and rotate away from where I want to work. Wherever that means, you know, whether it's up, down, left, or right, doesn't really matter. You just want to rotate the needle to your next point of your cross stitch that is opposite the direction you're trying to travel. I gotta love it when you're trying to do a demo and the thread gets all weird. Like, I never fight with this thread that much. There we go. And I'm hoping that my finger, yeah, that's not showing up too bad. It's healed over, but like it's weirdly bright when you look at it. Okay, now see, because this is a seam, I'm not going to try and rock the needle over like I was, you know, and just carry it over. I'm going to go ahead and put it to the back and then come straight over to where I want my next one. And see how I came down there, and I'm going to come up here. So I just try and make sure that, like I said, I rock my needle away from the direction I want to go, because these are detached cross stitches. Now if I was doing attached cross stitches, I have a different method for that, you know, where what I mean by that is, see, there's space in between each one of those, but a lot of times when you work cross stitches, this point and this point match, you know, they're the same. You come up and down through the same holes. And so, but that's not how I'm doing it here. I'm doing detached little crosses, and this is how I found gave me a consistent pattern on the back. And see how that looks, where I just end up with these dual lines. Well, it's 4 lines, but each one of those, that's the cross stitch, you know, but it gives these interesting dashes on the back that I thought, you know, matched or were similar to the first one, without it being all matchy-matchy, you know? So that is what I'm doing. That's how I decided to finish this up. And I am going to go ahead and wait to do any attaching until I have, let's see, it's a 12-month, her plan is to have it be 12 months, 12 blocks. So that would be like a 3x4 grid. So, wait, I think I did that wrong. Yep. See how I wasn't paying attention, and so I came up in the wrong spot. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull that back out because I want to maintain those dashes. But I was trying to think of the layout at the same time, and it was just too much for my little brain. So, let's see, yeah, 3x12, or 3x4 grid. So I may just stick with that. I may decide to go ahead and put, you know, borders on it. I'm really not sure. So, but yeah, I want to wait until I have the first 3 done, because it's a 3x4 grid. So if the first 3 are done, then that will give me an idea of what the other rows will look like, you know, size-wise and everything. So I can then choose, you know, how I want to finish it out. But I want to wait until the first 3 are done. And then make a choice. So, but yeah, as you can see, like, there's this certain rhythm you get into, and you'll figure it out, you know, as you do more stitching. How to do your detached designs while still allowing the other side to look decent, if that's something you're interested in. You can be a totally messy stitcher. Be my guest. I give you permission. Not that anybody needs my permission, but you know, sometimes it's nice to hear somebody say, be messy and enjoy it. And so, That is definitely me. I am usually quite a messy crafter. Ask my husband. He has laughed at me on more than one occasion when he's walked in the door and found me just in a total state of crafty chaos, especially when our kids were little and they were all into it. And you know, we've had paint and glitter and everything else just all over, and just, oh my goodness. Thankfully he loves it, you know. It's something that he's excited about, not something that gets him down. Okay. So now in this case, I went ahead and took that back out because I had come down here and then I was going to end up coming up here, but I have nowhere to go. See that? So I need to rotate my needle this way, which is a little bit more tricky with my left hand, but I can do it. See? Rotate the needle this direction. And that way I come down here so I can still get it to my next stitch. And that's just one of those little things that you will pick up on at the more you stitch. You know, and I'm going to go ahead and rotate this around so that way I don't have to do it with my left hand. There we go. Oh, I was almost out of frame. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just come through just the top layer. And then do that same kind of knot again, because I want to leave this loose because I'm not sure, you know, how I'm going to finish it. And actually, no, I'm not gonna knot it. I thought about knotting it, but no, I don't have to knot it at all. I can just leave this wild, and I will just poke my needle in there. And I have a ton of needles, so that needle will just stay with this block until it's done. So that is how I did my Darlene Michaud block number 2 stitching. Hope you guys enjoyed that demo, and I will be back again soon. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate every single minute we spend together. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. That helps my channel more than I can say.